Tell him he knows my rates. So this was years ago when I was just starting out in graphic design. I was broke, living on ramen noodles, and desperately looking for any work I could find. I see this job listing online and my jaw literally drops. They're looking for someone with my exact skills. Like, every single thing they wanted was stuff I had just learned in school. Desktop publishing, laser printer setup, template design. It was like they wrote the ad specifically for me. I send in my resume immediately. The owner calls me the next day and he sounds super interested, but then he drops this line on me. He goes, "Before I can hire you, I need to see what you can do. I need you to work on spec for a few days and show me you're capable." Now, working on spec means working for free with the promise that maybe they'll hire you later, but I was desperate and this seemed like my dream job. So he explains what they do. They make stencils for sandblasting logos onto wine glasses and beer mugs and stuff like that. They've got this huge laser printer that melts holes through plastic sheets to create the templates. But here's the problem. They can't figure out how to make it work properly. They've been trying for months and the stencils keep coming out wrong. I show up Monday morning ready to prove myself. I look at their setup for maybe 2 hours and immediately see the issue. They're using the wrong file format and the laser settings are completely off. I fix it that same day. Not only do I fix it, but I create 3 perfect templates that work exactly how they're supposed to. The owner is amazed. He's like, "This is incredible. You solved what we've been struggling with for months." Then he hands me this list. 20 more templates he wants me to create. All different logos, all complex designs. I spend the next 3 days working my butt off. I'm there from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., barely taking breaks, getting these templates perfect. I'm thinking this is it. This is my big break. Friday rolls around and I'm expecting him to offer me the job. Instead, he calls me into his office and goes, "Thanks for all your work, but I've decided not to hire you. I'm gonna need you to return everything you created." No payment, of course. I just stared at him. "You want me to give back the work I did for free?" He shrugs like it's no big deal. "You were working on spec. That's the deal." I was so mad I could barely speak. I took my stuff and left, but then I got smart. I called my friend, who's a lawyer, and told him what happened. My friend writes up this official letter explaining my rates for freelance work and how we'll take this to court if they use my templates without paying me. He sends it certified mail. 2 days later, the owner calls me panicking. He pays me for all the work I did, plus extra for my time. But here's where it gets good. About a week later, my phone rings. It's this girl who sounds really young and nervous. She goes, "Hi, I'm calling because I'm working on some template projects and I was wondering if you could explain how you created those stencil designs. I already know what's happening. This guy found another desperate person to work for free." I tell her, "Let me guess. You're working on spec for that sandblasting company, right?" She's like, "Yeah, how did you know?" I go, "Honey, listen to me very carefully. Tell your boss to call me directly. He knows my rates." There's this long pause and she goes, "What does that mean?" "It means he's trying to get you to do the same work he refused to pay me for. Don't give him anything for free." She thanks me and hangs up. I'm sitting there imagining the look on that guy's face when she delivers my message. The best part? His company went out of business 3 weeks later. Turns out when you refuse to pay people for their work and try to scam everyone, word gets around pretty fast.